Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe at TikTok PH. So thank you so much. So with that, our quarter for week 7 objectives. So at the end of the lesson, you should be able to 1. Illustrate the measures of variability, range, mean deviation, variance, and standard deviation of a sample statistical data. 2. Calculate the measures of variability of ungrouped sample data. And last one, 3. Cite real-life applications of the measures of variability. Ito yung kailangan nyo matutunan or ma-master this week. So with that, let's define. Pag sinabi natin measures of variability for ungrouped data, no? So this is simply describes the spread or scatteredness of the individual observation around the central tendency. Ibig sabihin yan, kung gaano nga ba magkakalapit or magkakalayo yung score ng bawat set of data natin. So with that, meron tayong apat na uri. So for the range, ayan, so mean or average deviation, variance, and standard deviation. Ito yung apat na uri natin para malaman natin yung uh, or may describe natin yung spread or scatteredness yung data natin. So with that, let's talk about first the range. When we say range, this is simply the difference of the highest value and the lowest value. So we have the formula, meaning to say that is the range is equal to h minus l, meaning highest value minus lowest value. So let's have example number 1, meaning that is the ages of grades 8 grade 7 students are 14, 14, 11, 12, 15, 11, 13, and 12. What is the range of their ages? So meaning to say the solution would be copy first the formula, then hanapin muna natin yung ating highest value or yung age, that is 15, and the lowest age is 11. And then we can now subtract, that is 15 minus 11, the range now is 4. And another example, solve for the range of the following random numbers: 112, 103, 241, 132, 152, 90, and 240. So, di ba, ang solusyon natin, identify muna natin yung highest value natin. That is 241. And the lowest value, that is 90. And subtract natin, that is 241 minus 90. Therefore, the range now is 141. Ganun lamang kung paano tayo mag-compute ng range. Okay, so with that, another example natin, given the grades of three class achievers, determine who is the most consistent. So they have the same average grade of 96. So ito yung ating tatlong estudyante, si student A, student B, and student C. Given yung grades nila sa Filipino, English, Math, Science, AP, ESP, TLE, and MAPE. Okay, kapag inad natin yung kanilang grades, divide by 8, kasi 8 yung subject, 96 yung bawat mean nila. Pero ang tanong dyan, who is the most consistent? So, kunin lang muna natin yung range ng bawat isa. Okay, let's start with student A. So, for student A, di ba ito yung grade niya? So, meaning to say, ano ba yung highest grade niya? That is 98, and the lowest grade is 89. Subtract lang natin to get the range. For student A, 98 minus 89, the range for student A is 9. And how about student B? Okay, ito naman tayo titingin. And therefore, the highest grade for student B, that is 98, and the lowest grade is 95. Then subtract natin, that is 98 minus 95. The range for student B is 3. And for student C naman, titingnan na muna natin yung grades niya, no? So, ano yung highest grade niya? That is 98, and the lowest grade is 95. Pag sinubtract natin yan, the range of student C, that is 3. Okay, so balikan natin yung tanong, di ba? Who is the most consistent? Kung mapapansin natin dyan, merong nagkaparehas, si student B at student C. Meaning to say, we cannot determine kung sino sa kanila yung magiging most consistent dyan sa achiever. So, dito ngayon papasok yung tinatawag nating mean deviation or average deviation to determine who among, who is the most consistent between the two of them. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng paraan natin para ma-determine. So, but before that, let's define muna pag sinabi natin mean or average deviation. This indicates about how far the data values are spread out from the mean value. Remember, deviation is the distance from the mean. Kaya nga, alamin muna natin yung mean deviation nila. So, meaning to say, the formula for the mean deviation is equal to, ayan. So, MD stands for mean deviation, is equal to summation of the absolute value of the mean deviation divided by n. So ano nga ba ibig sabihin ng parts dito sa formula natin? That is, MD stands for the mean deviation, X is the individual score or value, X bar, ito yung mean natin, N is the number of observation or ito yung bilang ng data natin. So with that, balikan natin yung problem kanina, di ba? So since na-identify natin yung range nila ni student B at student C, para silang 3. So ngayon, i-apply natin dyan. Hahanapin natin yung mean deviation ni student B at student C. Si student A, hindi na siya isasali natin kasi ang layo ng agwat niya. 9 kasi yung kanyang range. Okay, so with that, so mamaya malalaman natin no kung sino yung most consistent between the two of them. So, yan yung question mark lang muna. Babalikan natin yan. So, to compute the mean deviation or average deviation, we have the following steps. So, step 1, calculate the mean. Step 2, calculate the deviation of each grade from the mean. Take the positive difference as indicated by the absolute value. Always remember, always positive yung sign natin dyan. And step 3, add the deviation, then divide the result by n. Yun yung number of observation natin. So let's proceed. So meaning to say, compute lang muna natin yung mean ni student B. Diba? Yun yung step 1 natin. So that is the calculate the mean. So meaning to say, add lang natin yung lahat ng grades ni student B. Meaning to say that is 95 plus 97 plus 95 plus 98 plus 96 plus 95 plus 95 plus 97 divided by 8. Kasi 8 po yung number of observation or number ng grades natin dyan. Or subject. Kapag inad natin yan, divide by 8, that is 96. Yun ngayon yung mean ni student B. So since nabanggit na kanina sa problem, di ba, 96 yung grade nila sa average. And step 2, you are going to calculate the division of each grade from the mean. Meaning to say, ima-minus lang natin. Okay, this of 1 stands for the division. Okay, kaya nga naka-absolute value yung symbol, di ba? Kailangan positive siya. Kaya nga, the absolute value of 95, ito yun, no? Kay student P. 95 minus 96, yung mean yung subtract natin sa bawat grade. Kaya nga, that is 1. Okay, division 2 naman, yung ito, 97 minus 96, the absolute value of that, the difference is always positive 1. And this of 3 naman natin, di ba, 95 minus 96, so that is 1 pa rin. And this of 4, this is 98 minus 96, that is positive 2, yung kanyang absolute value. And this of 5, this is 96 minus 96, 0. So, absolute value of 0, 0 pa rin yan, walang distance yun. And this of 6 naman natin, di ba, ito 95 minus 96, that is negative 1. Pero pag kinuha mo yung absolute value niya, that is always positive. Kaya nga 1 yun. And this of 7, that is 95 minus 96, negative 1 yun. But if you take the positive sign or the absolute value is always positive 1. Kaya 1 yan. And this of 8 naman, this is 97 minus 96. So meaning to say, take the positive sign, kaya 1 yun. Then, kapag nakompleto na natin yung division natin from the mean of each grade, you can now proceed to step 3. Ano nga ba yung step 3 natin? Apply na natin yung formula. Meaning to say, i-add lang natin lahat ng nakuha natin sa step 2. Kaya that is, mean division is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Okay. And divide by 8 kasi 8 po yung number of observation natin. Then, kapag na-add na natin, that is 8 divided by 8, that is 1. Ibig sabihin, ang mean deviation ngayon ni student B, that is 1. So, i-compute naman natin ngayon yung mean deviation ni student C para ma-compare natin kung sino sa kanila ba ang most consistent sa achiever, bilang achiever. Okay, so with that, for student C naman, di ba, calculate muna natin yung kanyang mean. Okay, so add lang natin yung grades niya dito. That is 95 plus 96 plus 95 plus 96 plus 97 plus 98 plus 95 plus 96 divided by 8. And then, that is equal to 96. Yan yung mean ni student C. And then, step 2, di ba, kukunin natin yung mean deviation doon sa bawat grade niya. Ibig sabihin yan, so iso-subtract natin yung nakuha nating mean sa bawat grade niya or sa bawat subject na nakuha ang grade. So meaning to say that is absolute value of 95 minus 96, that is positive 1. Kasi always positive yung magiging sagot natin sa absolute value. And this of 2 naman, ito yan, 96 minus 96, 0 yun. And 95 minus 96, okay, that is positive 1 pa rin. Kasi always positive yung ating absolute value. And this of 4 naman, this is 96 minus 96, 0 yung absolute value dyan. Okay, and this of 5, that is 97, ito yon minus 96, that is 1. And this of 6, that is 98 minus 96, that is 2. And this of 7, this is 95 minus 96, that is 1. And this of 8 is 96 minus 96, 0. Then, proceed tayo ngayon sa ating step 3, which is we are going to apply the formula, meaning to say, add lang natin yung nakuha natin lahat sa step 2. Kaya nga, that is, mean division is equal to 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0 divide by 8 kasi 8 po yung number of observation, yun yung n natin. And therefore, that is equal to 6 divided by 8. Kapag dinivide natin yan, yung mean deviation ngayon ng student C, that is 0.75. So with that, we can now compare. Okay, di ba? Kung si student B kanina, ano bang yung nakuha natin? That is 1. Si student C naman dyan ay 0.75. So paano natin ma-interpret kung sino yung most consistent sa kanilang dalawa? We now compare the mean deviation of grades of student B and student C. Student B has a mean deviation of 1, while student C has a mean deviation of 0.75. Meaning to say, in the mean deviation, the closer it is to the mean indicates more consistency and reliability. Student C is more consistent than student B. Therefore, student C is the most consistent achiever. Kasi mas maliit po yung kanyang nakuha or yung nakuha natin mean deviation. Okay, ibig sabihin, kung sino mas maliit, yan yung magiging most consistent or reliable. Reliability. Okay, so ganun lang kung paano mag-interpret. So, with that, so let's proceed, no? Another example natin, dito pa rin tayo sa mean deviation. So ngayon, kung mapapansin natin, naka-tabular format siya. Pwede naman siya. Okay. So, but take note, this is ungrouped data pa rin tayo. So, nilagyan lang natin ng table. Okay. So, ito yung set of scores natin, di ba? So, first step, di ba? Calculate the mean. Add lang natin. 20 plus 33 plus 37 plus 27 plus 21 plus 36. Yung sum nito, i-divide natin kung ilan yung inad natin. Kaya that is 174 divided by 6. Yun yung mean natin ngayon ay 29. Okay, and then to get the mean deviation, ito yung pangalawang column, yung nakuha natin mean, iso-subtract natin dito sa x, yun yung score. Kaya nga that is 20 minus 29, that is negative 9. 33 minus 29, that is 4. 37 minus 29, that is 8. 27 minus 29, that is negative 2. 21 minus 29, that is negative 8. 36 minus 29, that is 7. Okay, then kapag nakompleto na natin yung mean deviation natin dito, we can now solve for the absolute value of the mean deviation. Yun yung ating i-square lang, yung nakuha natin dito. Ibig sabihin niyan, i-multiply natin yung sarili niya. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng square. Kaya nga, ulit. Okay, ibig sabihin niyan, this is absolute value. No? When we say absolute value, take the positive sign lang pala siya. Hindi pala siya, wala pa tayo sa variance. So meaning to say, get the absolute value of negative 9, kaya nga magiging positive 9 siya. And 4, so syempre, kung 4 yan, absolute value niya is positive 4 pa rin. And yung 8 naman, absolute value of that is 8. Yung negative 2, that is, the absolute value of negative 2 is always positive. And negative 8, yung absolute value niya is 8. Yung 7, the absolute value is 7. So kapag nakompleto na natin yung absolute value natin dyan, meaning to say, you can now get the summation of this. Add lang natin. Kaya nga, that is 9 plus 4 plus 8 plus 2 plus 8 plus 7. That is equal to 38. And then, kapag nakompleto na natin yan sa table, balikan natin yung formula natin, di ba? Mean deviation is equal to the summation of the absolute value of the mean deviation divided by n. So, meaning to say, ano nga ba yung summation natin doon sa absolute value of the mean deviation? That is 38. Yun po yung kukunin natin para i-substitute mamaya. And yung n naman natin dyan, di ba, yan yung 6. Kaya yun yung ilalagay natin. And then, kapag nakuha na natin dyan, we can now substitute to the given formula. That is, mean deviation is equal to 38 divided by 6. Ibig sabihin yan, that is 6.33. Okay, so ganun lang kung paano mag-compute ng mean deviation of ungrouped data. Since wala naman tayong kino-compare ng another set of scores, so ganyan lang kung paano mag-compute. Okay, so with that, let's proceed now to variance. Pag sinabi naman natin variance, di ba? So variance ay katulad lang din siya ng mean deviation. Okay, because it is based on the difference between each value in the data set and the mean of the group. So in solving for the variance, the difference are squared before being added. Kung baga dinugtong lang natin yung square sa dulo. Okay, so with that, the formula is simply square, yun yung variance symbol, no? Pag binasa natin yan, summation of the squared division divided by n minus 1. Okay, so wherein, para alam natin yung bawat part, no? Yung S square, yan yung variance symbol. Yung Z, I mean, this is sigma, no? Para siyang Z. But the sum of, ibig sabihin yan, summation, total. Yung X naman, this is individual score or value. Yung X bar, that is a mean, and is the number of observation. With that, we can now proceed to the steps to solve the variance of ungrouped data. Ano ba yung step 1 natin? Calculate the mean. And then, solve for the deviation of the mean of each score using the x minus yung ating mean. Yan yung symbol niya. And then, step 3, square each of the deviation using the formula, no? Kung ibig sabihin yan, kung ano yung nakuha natin dito sa step 2, square lang natin. Okay. And then, step 4 naman, get the sum of the square deviation. Ibig sabihin, kung ano yung nakuha natin sa step 3, i-add lang natin. Yun yung step 4. And then, step 5 natin dyan, divide the sum of the square deviation by n minus 1 to get the variance. Ibig sabihin yan, kung ano yung nakuha natin sa step 4, i-divide lang natin doon sa n minus 1. Okay, so let's proceed to the given example. Complete the table, then solve for the variance. As you can see, the given example is the same lang para ma-compare natin to sa mean deviation kanina. Meaning to say, di ba, step 1 natin, calculate the mean. Kaya nga, yan, kailangan alam natin yung step na yan. Okay, to find the mean, add lang natin yung lahat ng score. 20 plus 33 plus 37 plus 27 plus 21 plus 36. Divide natin kung ilan yung in-add natin. That is the mean. Kaya nga, 174 divided by 6, that is equal to 29. Okay, and then kapag nakuha na natin yung mean natin, di ba, para malaman yung mean deviation, ibig sabihin niyan, yung mean natin, isusubtract natin doon sa bawat score. Kaya that is 20 minus 29, that is negative 9. And 33 minus 29, that is 4. 37 minus 29, that is 8. 27 minus 29, that is negative 2. 21 minus 29, that is negative 8. 36 minus 29, that is 7. Kapag nakompleto na natin yung mean deviation, meaning to say, you can now get the third column, which is the square division. Square lang natin kung ano yung nakuha natin dito sa second column. That is, yan. So, with that, you can now square. Meaning to say, multiply mo sa sarili niya. Kaya nga, negative 9 square, meaning to say, negative 9 times negative 9, kaya that is 81. Ito naman, 4 square, meaning to say 4 times 4, that is 16, di ba? 8 naman square, that is 8 times 8, kaya 64. Then, negative 2 square, negative 2 times negative 2, that is 4. Then, negative 8 square, that is 64, and 7 square, meaning to say 7 times 7, 49. Okay, and then, kapag nakompleto na natin yung square division, you can now get the summation of this square division. Okay, ibig sabihin, i-add lang natin, di ba? 81 plus 16 plus 64 plus 4 plus 64 plus 49, meaning to say the summation of this square division is 278. Okay, and then kapag nakompleto na natin yan, you can now, okay, kunin na natin kung ano yung kailangan lang natin. So, di ba, yung formula natin, ang kailangan natin dyan, yung summation of the square division. Ano nga ba yun? Ito yun, yung 278. And yung n natin, di ba? Ano ba yung n natin? Yung number of observation. Kung ano yung pinang-divide natin doon. Yun yung 6. Kaya nga, yun yung kukunin natin. With that, we can now substitute to the given formula. For the variance, we have s squared is equal to 278 divided by 6 minus 1. Okay. So that is equal to 278 over 5. Okay, divide ngayon natin dyan. That is equal to 55.6. Ito ngayon yung variance natin dito sa ating data or the given score. Okay, so with that, we also have the standard deviation. Ano ang ibig sabihin ng standard deviation? This is the most used measure of variability. It is the square root of the variance. Kung mapapansin natin, di ba? Ito yung formula kung saan in-square root mo lang yung sagot mo sa variance. Kaya nga siya may similarity dun sa step natin. Okay, so the formula of this is SD stands for the standard deviation. The formula would be square root of the summation of the square division divided by n minus 1, where n. Okay, so SD stands for standard deviation. Yung Zigman notation, that is the sum of or the total. X is the individual score, the value. X bar is the mean. Yung N natin is the number observation or yung number ng data mo na ina-add mo. Okay, with that, how are we going to solve the standard deviation? We have the steps to solve the standard deviation of ungrouped data. That is step 1, always remember, calculate the mean. And then, solve for the deviation from the mean of each score, then take the square of each difference using the formula, di ba? Square lang natin yung mean deviation. And then step 3 would be get the sum of the square deviation and divide it by n minus 1. Ibig sabihin yan, okay, kukunin natin yung sum natin nung nakuha dito sa step 2. Okay, and then i-divide natin by n minus 1. Okay, and then, so take the square root of the get standard deviation. Square root lang natin. Okay, let's proceed to the given example. Complete the table, then solve for the standard deviation. So kung mapapansin nyo, same pa rin yung given natin para ma-compare natin yung variance dito sa standard deviation. So Di ba? Step 1 natin, calculate the mean. Add lang natin yung 20 plus 33 plus 37 plus 27 plus 21 plus 36. That is 174 divided by 6 kasi 6 yung inad natin. And the mean now is 29. And then, to get the mean deviation, yung mean natin na 29, isusubtract natin sa bawat score. Kaya nga that is 20 minus 29, that is equal to negative 9. And 33 minus 29, that is 4. 37 minus 29, that is 8. 27 minus 29, that is negative 2. 21 minus 29, that is negative 8. 36 minus 29, that is 7. Kapag nakompleto na natin yung mean deviation, we can now get the third column, which is the square deviation. Ibig sabihin yan, square lang natin dito. Square. Ibig sabihin, multiply natin sa sarili niya, yung bawat isa dyan. Okay, therefore, that is negative 9 square. Ibig sabihin, negative 9 times negative 9, that is positive 81. Kasi always positive kapag in-square mo. And then 4 square, meaning to say 4 times 4, 16. Then 8 square, that is 8 times 8, kaya 64 yon. That is negative 2 square, meaning to say negative 2 times negative 2, kaya positive 4 yan. Then negative 8 square, meaning to say 8 times 8 yan, no? Always positive. Then 7 square, that is 7 times 7, that is 49. And then kapag nakuha na natin lahat ng square division, we can now get the summation of the square division. Okay, ibig sabihin, i-add lang natin. 81 plus 16 plus 64 plus 4 plus 64 plus 49. The summation is 278. Kung makapansin nyo, same lang yung sagot natin kanina sa square sa ating variance. Okay, so with that, apply natin yung formula for the standard deviation. Okay, so ang kailangan lang natin dyan, yung summation dito sa square division. Yun yung 278. At yung n natin dyan, di ba yung number of observation, yung ilan ba yung score dyan? Meron tayong 6. And then, you can now substitute to the given formula. So, SD is equal to square root of the 278 divided by 6 minus 1. Kasi yung n natin dyan, yung 6, babawasan natin 1. Kasi 1 yung constant sa formula. Meaning to say, okay, so i-subtract muna natin yung nasa denominator. Kaya nga, square root of 278 over 5. And then, before you get the square root, i-divide muna natin siya. Kaya nga, that is, okay, 278 divided by 5, kaya nga that is 55.6. Since may square root yan, i-square root mo pa to get the standard deviation. Meaning to say, the square root of 55.6, that is 7.46. Okay, so ganun lang kung paano mag-compute ng standard deviation for ungrouped data. Okay, so with that, that is our answer for example number 1. Let's proceed to example number 2, no? So, first step, you're going to find the mean. I-add lang natin lahat ng score natin. That is 4 plus 3 plus 8 plus 2 plus 7 plus 10 plus 8. The sum is 42 divided by 7 kasi na 7 yung in-add natin. Ibig sabihin, 7 yung number of observation natin. Okay, therefore, the mean now is 6. Ibig sabihin, yung 6 natin na mean na yan, isusubtract natin sa bawat score. Kaya nga, that is 4 minus 6, yun yung ating mean deviation dito. Okay, that is negative 2. Then, 3 minus 6, that is equal to negative 3. 8 minus 6, that is 2. 2 minus 6, that is negative 4. 7 minus 6, that is 1. 10 minus 6 is 4. 8 minus 6 is 2. Kapag nakompleto na natin yung mean deviation, ibig sabihin, we can now get the square division. Ibig sabihin yan, square lang natin yung nakuha natin dito sa mean division. Kaya nga, that is negative 2 square. Ibig sabihin niya, negative 2 times negative 2. Multiply mo sa sarili niya. Always positive dapat. Kaya nga, that is 4. Then, negative 3 square, that is 9. 2 square, meaning to say 2 times 2, 4 yon. Then, negative 4 square, ibig sabihin negative 4 times negative 4, positive 16. Then, 1 square, 1 times 1, 1 pa rin yan. Then, 4 square, that is 4 times 4, 16. Then, 2 square, meaning to say 2 times 2, 4. Kapag nakompleto na natin yung square division, we can now get the summation of this. Add lang natin yung 4 plus 9 plus 4 plus 16 plus 1 plus 16 plus 4. The summation is 54. And then, kapag nakompleto na natin sa table, okay, balikan natin yung formula natin sa standard deviation. Ibig sabihin niya, sa part ng yan, ang kailangan lang natin yung summation natin sa square division, which is the 54. Okay, and yung n natin dyan, ano nga yung n natin, yung number of observation? That is 7. And then, we can now substitute to the given formula. Is SD is equal to square root of 54 divided by 7 minus 1. Meaning to say, simplify muna natin yung nasa denominator, no? 7 minus 1, that is 6. Ibig sabihin yan, square root of 54 divided by 6. You will have to divide first before you get the square root of this. Ibig sabihin yan, that is 54 divided by 6, that is 9. Ibig sabihin, square root ng 9 natin, that is equal to 3. Yan ngayon yung ating standard deviation for this example number 2. So with that, ganun lang kung paano mag-compute ng standard deviation. So with that, let's summarize, no? So for the formula for ungrouped data, the measure variability, we have the range. Ito yung formula natin, highest minus lowest. And for the mean or the average deviation, that is the summation of the mean deviation divided by n. For the variance naman, that is summation of the square deviation divided by n minus 1. And for the standard deviation, that is the formula, square root of the summation of the square deviation divided by n minus 1. Okay, ganun lang kung paano natin i-apply ang bawat isang measure of measure of variability, yung range, mean deviation, variance, standard deviation. Okay, so with that, I hope you learned something from this video. And don't forget to subscribe Math TikTok PH. So, okay, thank you so much.